Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is the second episode of the Robot Podcast. We're continuing. We've got two new guests here. Let's just jump right into the first guest here. We've got Nick from New Jersey. Nick, hey, how's it going?
Nothing much, man. How about you?
Not too much, not too much. So, his name is Sib on Discord, but we're calling him Nick from here. And like I said earlier, he's from New Jersey. How old are you, Nick?
20, man.
You're 20. You're 20. And what do you do for occupation, living?
HVAC, heating, ventilation, air conditioning.
How long have you been at that for?
2 years.
And what is that like?
You basically see. Mm, the most common type is you go in and you replace air conditioning units, or you install them and ductwork into houses. It's more of just going in and fixing boilers and such. Basically, think of it like plumber times two.
Okay, so you're like a high class, you're really working hard plumber kind of guy.
Basically, I got my Tim's dirty everything.
Okay, all right. And do you have any friends?
I have a couple. I was smoking with them the other day.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. What about romance? Got anything going on in the romance area?
God no, man. God no.
Not never, or just recently,
Uh,
nothing.
never, man, never.
Never, never. Okay, all right. So then he's single. If you're ready for that, gay, bi, or straight?
I'm straight, man.
All
Ain't
right.
fucking no traps.
I got you. And height and weight. How tall are you? How big are you?
5'6", like 115.
Okay, all right. So, what exactly drove you to go on to R9K? What really drove you to get on there and get
Um,
posting?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I was first on Reddit, but I realized, dude, this is such a fucking circle jerk. Cause see, the thing is about Reddit and 4chan, it's supposed to be for free speech first, then meme shit second. But with Reddit, you have that upvote system and the gold star shit, so people just constantly circle jerk. And whenever you give a negative opinion or a different opinion, you get downvoted, non fucking stop. So I just switched from that because I knew the moment I posted it was gonna be such bullshit. Because you could bait so many posters and you could get so many upvotes. It's so easy on Reddit. But I went to 4chan. B's fucking garbage. I knew that from the start. And nothing else interested me, so I went to the random board, and here I am.
So you started from Reddit, you moved on to just
Well,
going
I
to
mean,
4chan and
I was on there for like a day, dude. But yeah, you could say that.
all
I
right.
regret it.
Okay. And so you landed at the robot section because you felt you could relate better than everyone else, or
Uh, because it's fucking random. It isn't B, and it has constant flow. Although I get fucking sick of the pull threads and the trap shit. But other than that, yeah, diverse, and I can relate to some of the people's problems there.
do you think your life is moving in a negative direction, or are things taking off for you, or
Nah, it's steady right now. It's steady. I've been doing the same shit for 2 years.
okay.
I mean,
Moving on to the
there's
next
nothing wrong with
part,
that.
if we can, let's talk
Yes.
about let's talk about normies. What do you want to say to the normies? Anything you want to ask them or tell them or anything?
Um, people can see through your fake shit. Honestly, don't act tough and shit, even though on the inside you're fucking crying, because we can all fucking see it. I see you guys walking around with your fucking jacket jeans on, got your Timberlands, your fucking wallet and chain on your jeans. You're acting tough and cool with your slick back hair. But you're not fucking tough, dude. We could fucking square up anytime, any date on the fucking block, and I fucking shit your on you, man.
So they're not really as tough as they appear to be on the outside, is that
Not at all, not at all, man, not at all.
has there been any instances where you've really called someone on that and it paid off for you?
Pay it off? No, but I do it all the time because I don't fuck with fake people, dude. That's why I'm here, man.
What is the last experience you've had with telling someone that they were fake?
So I work with these guys, obviously, like do team shit, and this guy is trying to like we go to this house. It's a single lady, it's an apartment complex. The
Right?
guy's the guy's basically, he's doing the average shit. He's talking like he knows her and everything, and then they start talking, and I'm doing all the fucking work, and then this fucking faggot is asking her a bunch of questions, saying, "Hey, you like this and this?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, yeah, yeah." And then they started having a long conversation. I'm calling this guy out because the thing she's specifically they're talking about pop music, and this guy only listens to rap. He's only a rap man. And this guy fucking hates pop music, seriously. Any Taylor Swift, anything like that, fucking hates it. But only because she's there, he suddenly likes it. So I'm calling him out on his fake piece of shit ass because not only am I doing the fucking work, but he's also getting paid the same amount as me. So I call him out on that, and he gets butt blasted, and then he doesn't even fucking talk to me for the rest of the day while we're doing the work.
Wow, wow. All right. Okay, let's go on to the next question here. Where do you think that the next couple of years are going for you? What do you think is that going to take you?
Getting out of New Jersey, probably gonna move Ohio, to be honest, because ventilation there, HVAC business is booming there, and basically a robot state if you really think about it. Because no one really knows about Ohio, Wisconsin, stuff like that.
So it spoke to you as sort of a robot state, and it also does well for your career. You think it'll take off well there?
Oh yeah, definitely.
You really want to get out of New Jersey, huh?
I mean, the only downside is because, like I said, I'm mixed before, so I don't know if people in Ohio are gonna be racist because New Jersey's full of wigs and nigs, so I fit in easily on both sides.
I see, I see. And what are your experiences with New Balance tennis shoes? Do you have any thoughts or opinions on those?
Only women play tennis,
So women are the only ones wearing tennis shoes, or
basically.
so what do you wear?
I wear my Adidas, man. Mom, you
All
gotta go with the
right,
times.
I understand. Um, can I ask you this? Have you ever broken something in a fit of rage?
Well, I mean, I punched holes in walls. Does that count as breaking?
Sure, sure. Do you have like an exceptional wall punching hole story that you could talk about? One time that you
Uh,
really blasted through the wall?
yeah, yeah. So I'm really into fucking Naruto games, alright?
Okay.
Ninja Storm 2, specifically on PS3.
All right.
I'm a man who mains, Ichigo, not fucking Ichigo, fucking, what's his name? Uh, oh, Sasuke, yeah. This is like a
Okay.
long time ago. But, I main Sasuke, and this faggot is running Sakura, and she's like a low tier character. But he beats the living shit out of me using the most cheap tactics, running away, time limit breaks, etc. So when I fucking lose, I throw my controller at the wall and I fucking punch the living shit out of it because I'm so pissed off at this. And that's basically it. If you want me to sum it up, it's retard gets angry at video game like every other day, and punches holes in his wall.
Do you have multiple holes in the wall at your house?
Multiple holes, yeah. They're
Okay.
covered by posters and everything, so nobody really knows.
Any reaction from your parents on those?
They don't know. The
Oh,
posters
okay.
there, dude.
I understand. I understand. That makes sense. That's a good way to cover up on it. Do you have any noteworthy stories relating to a retail store or a restaurant that you went out with someone to?
Yeah. This is back in I think it was '08,
Okay.
but basically back then, I think with the younger kids, it was all about what are they called? Yeah, silly bands. Remember that?
Right? Yeah, yeah.
Silly bands? Yeah. So everyone's getting around that and shit. I'm just trying to buy my stuff for my parents. I'm looking at the new Turtle Beach headset. It's looking pretty good for 2008 standards. This little girl in front of me has all these syllables, and she's like dropping in shit like the packs. I don't care for her, so I just leave her alone. I try to dodge the pack, etc., etc. But then I'm stepping over. She drops it, and this is the first one she tries to. I automatically step on her hands with my boots, and her parents right in front of her. Obviously, she starts crying, and the parents yelling at me, yada yada yada. Oh, why'd you step my daughter, etc., etc., etc. And my parents are over here because they don't give a shit about video games, old fashioned. But
Right.
and then this woman, she's like, I remember how she said it. She's like, how can I phrase it? Because I don't fucking. Yeah, yeah. This is how I'll say it. All right, listen up. I don't want you to be near me or my daughter again. You fucking mutt. And mutt is commonly used here because That's what they call mixed breeds,
Right.
aka mixed kids. So this woman just basically called me a nigger, a wigger, a mutt, etc. And I can't say anything back because I just stepped on the daughter's, hand. So I can't do anything. So I walk away, hoodie up. I'm fucking, I'm sobbing a kind of a bit right now. I'm pissed off, and I can't do anything because I can't show any emotions, anything. Because if I do, I'm just gonna look fucking weak. That's the mentality in my head, man. And it still is the mentality.
Does that happen to you a lot? Do you have multiple experiences with people calling you like that?
I was actually was telling another guy in this server about how I went on a job, and basically it was you could tell that these guys are liberal. I'm not trying to be in politics, so I don't give a shit about it. But like this comes into play later. Um, this guy, like I think he was like 5'7" maybe. I don't know his pounds. We're talking and stuff. He's telling me about the problem, so I go in. I fix it. There's nothing to worry about the job. Wife comes in. She doesn't see me. This is the key point. I leave before they say anything because the guy's talking to me, and the wife comes in, and I overhear them whispering, and I hear as I'm leaving, "Hey, what's it?" The guy was, "Oh, he was mixed." Oh, I heard to go with their hands, implying that I don't have any fucking sense of intelligence at all. I'm only good for menial work. And
Hmm.
these guys are liberal. It's very easy to tell. They have the
Interesting.
Bernie sign in their back front yard, and the wife had. I'll admit it, she had nice hair, but it was like purplish, like how women dye their hair and stuff. Basically
Right.
that. Yeah.
Hmm. So you have definitely encountered that in multiple instances for sure. That's even in your line of work.
Yeah. I mean, you're gonna kind of anywhere you go. I just don't let it get him.
Do they send you with someone or are you usually on your own for those jobs?
It depends. Usually go on your own, but sometimes you're an assistant. Like
So
they'll hire someone from a trade school because that's where I live. There's a program where after you do like 4 periods in the trade program, you go out with someone, you get paid for it, you just help them and stuff.
so they usually send you when they're sort of like training someone to become.
Yeah, no, I'm usually by myself. Those because the kid doesn't stay with one person. He goes with multiple time. But I've had some kids with me a couple times. They're pretty cool.
Hmm. Any of them that you wouldn't describe as fake or
No, these because uh, what state are you in?
I'm not gonna say.
It's all good. In New Jersey, we're in central New Jersey, which means that it's North Jersey is New York basically, so everyone
Hmm.
up there is York. South Jersey is basically Philly, so everyone's from Philadelphia. Central Jersey is where all the crime is because all the white people up there live on the coast and everything.
Okay.
But Central is where all the crime is. No one's fake here because if you're fake, you're gonna get fucking punched and beat the shit out of the school. They don't bother. There's police in the schools, everything. Basically, it's all those Britons where it's like, ha, get shot in school, haha, got shot, etc.
Hmm. Okay, that is unfortunate. What do you think is the worst part of being where you're at in New Jersey? Is there a better part of New Jersey that you could have ended up in, or do you think it's all going to be kind of similar to where you're at now?
No, this is the best part because we are the actual Jersey. We aren't New Yorkers. We aren't Phillies. We're New Jersey. New Jerseyans, as you want to call us, because we don't adapt a sense of lifestyle from New York or from Philadelphia because there's no one by us to adapt it from. You know what I mean? We just do
Yeah,
our own thing, like our own identity.
that makes sense. That makes sense. Do you think that the people who represent New Jersey and like the media and that, do you think they kind of bring shame to your sense of, identity? Are they far off, or are those people sort of actually existent in your state?
And honestly, in the media, I think I think they do represent us somewhat well. I wouldn't say 100%, but they do. The new governor legalizing weed, that was a big stick in the media because I think we're the third, fourth state to legalize weed. I kind of forgot, but I mean, tons of people do here do drugs. Weed is very common. dab pens, etc. So I do think they represent us in the media quite well. The state as a whole, not the people though.
Okay, I get you. So it's more of like they represent the state, but not the people very
Yeah,
well.
more like the government they represent.
Okay, all right, all right. Moving on to the next question. What are your thoughts on, and then this may be kind of unconventional, but boogers. How do you take care of those? Do you deal with them, or do you just kind of do you take them out?
Um, let's see. From the ages of like what 2 to like 13, I just pick and eat. Now I just fucking blow. So I mean, what else am I gonna do with them?
I don't know. I
It's not
mean,
like
some people pick for them and some people eat them, like you said. But I was
yeah.
just wondering where you're at now.
Right now I have an Italian nose, so the conventional, stereotypical big nose. So I don't really have room to fucking pick and eat anymore. So I just fucking blow all the fucking time, especially in the winter.
So you do have to end up doing that quite often, actually.
Yeah, I carry multiple boxes of tissues in my car and truck.
Do you see anybody eating their boogers anymore?
No, I figure everyone just does it inside. To be honest, that's what I did.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. Moving on to the next part. Who is a dead person you wish you could have met in your lifetime and why?
Honestly, I'd have to say, I want to. I have a trouble talking with people, and I'd really like to see because I'm obsessed with history, presidents. And I'd really like to see JFK again and talk with him because JFK was really fucking. He cared about the American people. He wasn't any bullshit guy. He had a charismatic personality. I wish I could learn from him when I talk from him. The way he talks, everything, it's mesmerizing. So, to answer your question, it would probably be John F. Kennedy, one of the U.S.
The John F. Kennedy, and that's just because of his charismatic style, really.
He was people argue he was one of the most inspirational presidents in the history of the U.S. Maybe he didn't do the best out of all the presidents. I mean, he got fucking assassinated, so he didn't get to finish the term. But he was definitely up there in genuine people that cared about the country.
That's pretty interesting. So, but you really like that he was able to lead the country well and he was a good president, and that's sort of the reason that you would want to meet him.
If if a white man in the 1960s can not only inspire white people but also black people, and this is during the segregation, during Martin Luther, everything, the riots,
Oh yeah, yeah,
etc.
it was very different.
Yeah, this if he can rally both sides, both races, then the guy has some charismatic personality. All right.
Now, as far as you said you have a little bit of trouble speaking, in what regard do you talking about, like public speaking, like in a speech, or do you just mean daily conversation is kind of difficult for
Well,
you?
you'll hear in this podcast I have like a stutter to a sense, and I also am socially inept. So it's hard for me to start conversations because I can't just talk with a stranger because I fucking hate small talk because it's like, hi, how are you? Oh, I'm good. How are you? How's the weather, etc., etc. Until you find a common ground. But I don't want to deal with that because it's just fucking awkward. Used to get rid of the silence.
Yeah,
Therefore, I
I
just
can see what
wear
you're
them
saying.
headphones.
But so, is there anything you're doing and pursuing to sort of make that better? Is there anything you can think that might improve your conversational skills with people? Or is that not something
It's
you're really interested in fixing?
it's too late for that.
You think it's too far along in life to really change that?
It's much too far. This is a basic human trait, and if I can't do it, then I'm never gonna learn.
What time do you think was too late for you?
I'd say, because I can never connect with kids my age in school. I can never talk to them, and for some reason, I never knew why. I can never explain it. I just had this inner fear of just having conversations with them and them looking down on me, because I don't come from a rich family. I'm poor. Everyone here is really poor. I'm in the I'm I guess you can see the projects right now. So But it would have to be in school because they were rich kids in school, and they they were wigs. Don't get me wrong, they were fucking massive wigs, and we had common interest in rap. So I'd try to talk to them and everything, but I'd realize that I'd talk to them, it would be complete small conversation. Like, oh, I like this guy. Oh, that's pretty cool, and then just silence. I'm not gonna deal with that. So I just plugged in my headphones, and I just fucking sat back, and I didn't give a shit about them. And that's how life went on in school for the next what 4 5 years.
So not relating to them kind of damaged in the end, gaining that conversational skill. It had a
Not
lot to do with
relating to anyone
to anyone
in
in
the end,
school,
man.
yeah. Okay.
No one.
All right. Let me ask you about pets. What are your thoughts on pets? What are the worst ones? What are the best ones?
I've had a dog and 4 cats. Cats I fucking love, although I forget what it's called, but you'll get some type of brain bacteria from them. But I currently have a cat in my room, Athena, a brown cat. She stays in my room most of the day, only goes out to eat and drink and shit, etc. Dogs, I have to say they're top up there, they're loyal. As long as you don't get like a bulldog mix, should be fine. I like beagles. The worst I'd have to say is fish because they're just fucking boring, or hermit crabs because they're also just fucking boring.
So do you think dog or cat? Which one is better in
Dog,
your opinion? Dog?
dog,
Okay.
definitely.
So best being dog, worst being fish
Yeah.
or hermit crab. Do you have any weird pet stories? Your pets or someone else's?
This happened to a friend of mine. If you want me to tell you that.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Well, there's a thing called cat scratch fever,
Right.
and basically, my friend, I wasn't there, so recites it to me. My friend playing with his cat and everything. Cat gets feisty, scratches him beneath the eye, not on the exact eye, but beneath it. It's deep. There's blood, everything. The cat had undiagnosed cat scratch fever, which is bacteria basically, and it got to the kid's eye, and now the kid has a glass eye instead because the cat's bacteria fucking destroyed his eye from the inside out. Kind of fucking crazy.
Wow. And that just happened from one scratch, or
Yeah, this is also very unknown cat scratch fever. Not many people know about it.
I sure didn't. That's for sure. Hmm. Well, that's pretty unfortunate. Um, Let me ask you this. I've been, bringing up the topics and questions so far. Is there something that you would like to talk about yourself? Either a story you just want to tell or a topic you really want to discuss that you can think of?
Uh, I'd like to talk about the board or K itself
Well, I
and
think I have
something.
another question sort of after that
Uh,
that I think would be. I mean, we could talk about that. Yeah, sure. Go ahead. You can just sort of
First of
merge that.
all, please stop with the bait threads, man. Like I can see through the bullshit and I can see through the genuine bait shit, and none of it's fucking funny, dude. It makes me sad and angry at the same time. The second thing is hold off on the trap threads. You have the LGBT board. Just go there and shitpost if you want to. Third off, please just pump threads that are interesting but you can't relate to because there's so many good threads that just die because no one can actually like fathom it. The fourth thing is this just goes out to robots in general, but same thing with the bait threads. You need to stop falling for it because like it's really obvious. Stop with the fembot hate thing too because that's just fucking boring. Keep the women hate threads up. Those are just funny to look at. And this one goes out to robots themselves. Uh, if you're gonna like, if you're gonna interact with Anon and everything, it's fine. It's just if you post in those Steam, if those Steam threads and give out your social shit and everything, then you aren't really as much of a robot as you think. Because you're posting your fucking Steam account in order to talk to other people and interact. When an average person, average robot like me, and anyone else would just not participate in the thread because they don't care for it. We want to be left alone. That's really it, man.
So, out of those threads that you mentioned, let's start with bait threads. What are the most prominent bait threads that you think are really a problem in the culture of the board?
The fucking black threads, dude. I see so many white people getting angry at it. It's just, it pisses me off so much. You can tell that it's a white guy posting it too. And these people fall for it every single fucking time, spamming nigger, 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 eat shit, nigger, haha, look at crime rates, everything. It's it's so fucking retarded, and I don't get it. Because you're baiting your own race, and then you're insulting the other races. Because that just makes us want to hate you more. But we already know who's behind the race baiting threads. That has to be the prominent one. Another one is those female threads that are like, females are better than women, or look at what men do. These come from also men, because I reassure you that no female, maybe like 1 out of 20 men hate threads are actually posted by an actual female, because they just don't give a shit.
So you think that those bait threads are just designed to sort of incite hate, I didn't speak that properly,
See,
incite hate into people that, and it's not the people that you would think behind them, is what you're saying.
these are the most complex U generators I've ever seen, and it's fucking hilarious. I gotta be honest.
So you're saying not all bait threads are bad, or
It honestly depends on the subject. If it's regarding race or politics, then or gender of any form, then you just need to get out, leave R9K, maybe go to B, shit posted there, maybe browse Reddit, haha, look, r/4chan, haha, very funny. Basically that. It's devolved into, hey, look, poo poo pee pee, I get it, haha, very funny, fellow robot. It's devolved into that. It's just there's no actual conversation, no actual jokes. I don't laugh at this board anymore, which very rarely do I. I feel disappointed in that the fact that these bait threads, most people have their filters, so it's the top most posted in threads. So these bait threads always get up there, and everyone always sees it, and then everyone always contributes to it. So then tons, I mean tons of threads with maybe one reply, two reply, they just die, and they would have had so many more views and generated so much more um, conversation if these bait threads didn't exist. And the mods, I really do think that they are somewhat behind this. They aren't banning them, even though it's blatant bullshit. It irritates me. It really does.
and you think that's contributing to not getting any good responses on any of the other threads that have potentially more engaging topics?
It's contributing to the stigma that R9K is dying, and it truly is. It truly is dying. It truly is becoming shittier.
So aside from just telling the users that are posting those to stop posting, do you have any advice otherwise than how to fix the
Uh,
problem?
like you said, Sage, or just play along. Seriously, just play along with it, because if you play along with it and you're like, oh, I get it, because you have to understand, if you take something on like very serious, like the advice threads, everything, then you need to, you need to go outside, maybe lurk more. You know how it is. But if you play along with these bait threads and you go with them, and you're like, haha, yeah, 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 white boys getting fucked, XD, haha, white boys BTFO, then OP is gonna get less use, and he's gonna be more flustered, and he's gonna be replying to those threads agreeing with him. I mean, those posts agreeing with them, calling the poster a nigger and stuff, and then it's gonna be the same fagging over and over again, and then we can BTFO the OP in a sense, if you
Y-
really think about it.
You were also talking about the gay threads now. Could you elaborate a little bit more on those? What were you saying? Go
Dude,
back to a different board?
first of all, LGBT, go there, stay there. We don't want your scum on on our board. Second of all, if there's a topic regarding fucking sexuality, stop posting. Haha, maybe the solution is insert my something boy pussy. You know what I mean? The gay threads also, maybe the homo lust, everything. That shit pisses me off because it shouldn't be on R9K because there's already a board for it. You don't see people posting about automobiles on R9K because there's a board for that. You rarely see people posting weapons and everything on R9K because there's a board for that. But these LGBT cucks get away with it like nothing.
And would you say you are somewhat prejudiced against them, or is it just you don't like it coming into the board in general?
I don't give a shit if you're gay, bisexual, Timberlands. You can be whatever you want and just stop shit posting because it doesn't make you fucking fun.
All right. Moving to the end of that, since we've already sort of talked about what you wanted to talk about, the board culture, one final thing, is there anything you want to say to fellow anonymous users on the boards that you haven't already said before? Any
First of
final thought?
all, you guys, keep doing what you're doing, making because I see some genuine good grades up there on 9K. I really do. Um, this this advice hits me home a lot, but it's go for night walks because night walks they really are something. Yeah, nice brush of fresh air and everything feels good. Secondly, whenever there's like some Discord thread, and I mean like not the one advertised, like like for example, Fog's Haven is a really shit server. I'm gonna be honest with you. Um, these Discord threads they're used to stimulate use and also gain users. And when those users join, they don't actually interact with the users themselves. You just use that as, hey, look, we have these many members. You should join as well, and just tally it on. It's been revealed through leakage. I forgot what post it was, but some guy went into DMs with this guy that owned one of these Discord servers. I forgot what the server was called. It wasn't Fog Saving. I know that for sure because that place is pretty secure. But this guy was basically mean to what he's doing. He had all of his friends in these servers, and he constantly talk, blowing the chat, making it look very alive. This is a personal server, and they put out these threads where they get these anons into the Discord server and never actually really interact with them, or maybe say 1 to 2 words, and just posting their egos, humble bragging, etc. Please don't fall for that. Just if you want to do your own thing, if you're gonna bait thread, I can't stop you. You're on the other side of the fucking planet. Just know that there's someone behind that screen, and like whatever your fuck you're doing is you're gonna piss off some retard like me.
All right, so you heard it here from Sib himself. Calm down with those bait threads and make sure you're posting on the right boards and try night walks out. That's what he suggests. All right, we're going to be having another guest on pretty shortly. I'm going to take a break here. Thanks for coming on, Sib.
You too, man.
All right, goodbye. And we're back with the Robot Podcast, the second part, the second guest. We have Trotellino here. Say hello, Trotellino.
Sup, guys? Hello.
And where are you from,
welcome.
Trotellino?
I'm German.
Oh, you're from Germany. Cool, cool. And how old are you?
I'm 19, so no underage, sorry.
And what do you do for a living?
I'm studying right now. I'm getting all the good shit and the beta bucks from my government. You get paid for studying. That's pretty neat. I studied 1 year before, but fucked up, so now I'm studying again.
And what are you studying?
Going to university. I don't know if that's the right word. I'm studying economics, international economics.
Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. And how many friends do you have? Do you have any friends?
Well, in university, basically none. I don't really talk to people or leave my dorm. I have, well, a handful of people I know from German high school, our equivalent of high school. But yeah, we don't see each other that often anymore because, yeah, people are going to university, people don't have time anymore. Well, I see them occasionally, but yeah, that's about it.
So you don't really see them as much as you used to, and nothing
Yeah.
really working out for you in university as far as making people.
No, absolutely not. I don't really know how I would even initiate talking with them. I know some people that are studying with a friend of mine, one of the mentioned friends, but yeah, I know them through him and met them 1 time or 2 times, so wouldn't consider them friends.
All right, all right. And gay, bi, or straight? What's going on with you?
Yeah, straight. Let's say straight, but not straight as an arrow.
Straight but not straight as an arrow. Okay, okay. And how are your romantic prospects working out? You had any romantic partners recently, or?
Recently, sure. No, no, my entire life, not. I am kissless virgin, but not hugless. Suck that, virgin boys in chat. I actually hugged people that
I
are not
guess
my
it.
family, but no, not even remotely talk to a girl in a romantic way.
All
Not
right,
even
all
ask
right.
for someone out.
So he is single if anyone's interested. Height and weight. Height and weight.
6 feet, I think. 5'11.5", something around that meme, and uh, around 95 kilograms, I think, that are 190 pounds.
Okay, all right. So about average. And
Yeah, rather overweight, but yeah, height average.
what drove you to go to R9K? What's your story on that?
Oof, I remember starting around 4, 5 years on B. Like, yeah, someone introduced me. Yeah, look, funny videos and shit. Look at that disgusting stuff. So I started on B. It got, yeah, pretty boring after half a year. So I searched around, visited some boards. I stuck to TG because I, yeah, actually played that shit. And I think first was on NK, but rather sporadically, so cross posting still. And then I started visiting Paul. Yeah, so now I'm stuck with Paul and Anneke.
So you're just kind of going on pulling R9K, and it's been going for quite a few years strong, yeah.
Yeah. So
And
not the Donald era. So I'm not that new,
hmm,
thankfully.
and do you think you find yourself to be sort of a robot? Do you really resonate with robots, or do you think you're somewhere sort of a hybrid?
Well, yeah, I've said earlier that I don't really have that many social contacts or romantic experiences. No, no experiences at all for that point. And I have been invited to some parties. I have my friends are rather normal, so except for a few. So I'd say if I'd have to categorize myself, I'd say more of a cyborg than a robot. But as of late, yeah, not leaving the dorm and drinking more and shit. I think I could say I'm a robot
Is there
now.
anything specific that's keeping you from leaving the dorm, or?
I don't really know how I should introduce myself, how I should initiate conversations, and most of all, why would I'm not really interested in these people, and I think they aren't in me either. So yeah, why even bother?
It's understandable, understandable. All right, let's go on to the next part. We're talking about normies here. What's one thing you want to ask or tell the normies? Make it count.
Tell or ask? Well, hmm, what I'd like to say concerning the "be yourself" meme. I hear many normal facts use that unironically because they think it is truly what makes them apart from robots. But in my experience, robots are really the persons who are being themselves. If you ever talk to a normal fact, you'll really quickly notice how fake and pretending they are. They'll set up masks and charades and pretend to be other people so they are liked by other people. Robots don't do that. I think that's why they're way more pleasant to be around and talk with.
So you think the irony really comes from them saying to
Yeah,
be
yeah,
yourself, but then robots are the most themselves in
yeah.
comparison? All right, that makes sense to me. Next couple of years, where do you see yourself going? Do you have any plans or goals?
Well, for starters, I hope that I'll make that study course. I don't know the word. and don't fail again. Because, yeah, if I'd failed that, I wouldn't get any sweet government cash anymore. I'd probably have to work with my hands, and I'm not the type of person that would work on a construction site or anything. So that would be pretty fucking shit. Well, for anything outside of academia, I don't think it will change all that much for me. Sadly, I'm stagnating really hard right now. I'm actually pretty afraid of asking myself where I'm going, to be honest, because I don't know. And yeah, that would require me to plan a lot, and I don't really want to do that. I want to just flow with the moment, but yeah, it hasn't been working out for me really.
So while it's not working out so well, you do think that you're kind of just not the type to plan that stuff out, and it's not going to work out for you if you do plan it. That's not something you do.
Yeah, it's kind of in a bad situation, but yeah, it's. I hope I'll make it this time in university. It's not as bad as last time. I've studied before, like I said, I've studied chemistry, and that shit was awful. But I realized that way too late, 2 semesters in. So the funny thing is, I have had to decide between economics and chemistry when I started university as for myself to just decide, but obviously I chose the wrong subject.
Is it too late to change?
I've changed. I've changed.
Oh, okay, that's good. Well, at least you
I've
changed.
wasted 1 year, but yeah, I've changed.
Alright.
Yeah, way more happy with that choice now because it's way more interesting. When I started, I told myself, yeah, chemistry will be interesting. Fuck yeah, science. It's horrible. I can tell you.
Alright.
What I can tell you, don't if you have the choice, don't fall for the STEM meme because yeah, everybody worked there, good money or something. You shouldn't choose something to study because of that.
Alright, so you think people should put more effort into their choices as far as that goes?
Yeah, definitely.
Alright. New Balance tennis shoes. Do you know what those are? Have you heard of those?
I've heard in the last podcast, but no.
So you've got no experience with New Balance tennis shoes?
No.
I gotta tell you, they're a great shoe. I really wish more people would invest in them. We're totally, completely sponsored by New Balance tennis shoes, so if you're interested in buying them,
if you're really sponsored, I think I'd buy them just for you, mate.
oh, that's good, that's good. Anyone else listening, be sure to pick yourself up a pair of brand new New Balance tennis shoes. I guess we'll move on to the next part. Who do you think is the next famous person that's going to die and surprise people? With all the celebrities coming and going.
Oh. Well, obviously it's gonna be some American famous person because those are the ones that are in news if something happens, and so in international news. I don't really know.
Nothing you can think of?
Some singer, maybe.
You think it's some singer?
Yeah, because, well, probably 99% of them take drugs, hard drugs, and they all eventually will die young. So it's gotta be one of them.
Alright, the prediction's coming in. It's gonna be a singer. You heard it here. Do you have any stories relating to either candy or a vacation you took? Something along those lines?
Vacation, yeah, I could tell something
Alright,
about
tell me a
that.
vacation story. Let's hear it.
Yeah, I went to a vacation with the friends I mentioned earlier, the friends I know from school. We went to Amsterdam. It was, yeah, with the intention of getting fucked up, obviously. Why else would we go to Amsterdam? Yeah, we went on the third day we were there, I think, to some head shop, I think they call it. You get weed and something like that pretty easy there, but harder stuff, so psychedelics and shit, are tolerated by the government. So we bought us some basically magic mushrooms, some derivative of that, and went in the park and, yeah, took them. It went pretty good for the first half, but the thing was, when I was pretty much at the peak, I realized, yeah, we were basically a small group of teenagers, almost children, alone in a town we don't fucking know. It's dark, we're in a park, nobody besides us is there, nobody could see if something happens, and I really freaked out. I started to think about, yeah, what if someone just came and robbed us or killed us? It wouldn't be that hard. And I got really fucking paranoid. The worst thing is everything was dark. We were a bit away from the light, so that didn't help. And when a beggar came uh, along, he asked us if we could spare a cigarette. I totally freaked out, grabbed my pocket knife, and almost tried to attack him because I thought he would kill us. My friends had to hold me back, and yeah, after that it got pretty much away the whole trip. But yeah, I almost attacked the fucking beggar because I thought he was about to kill us.
That
That
is
was
scary.
yeah.
You don't know. You don't know what he's capable of.
Yeah, but we still were 6, 7 people. He alone, nothing would have happened. It was still very many people were in the park, even at night. It was ridiculous. When it was high, I thought the fucking road was a current of bicycle drivers. It looked like a fucking river. It was incredible. I don't know if that really happened or if I imagined things a bit, but there definitely were many people even at night, so that park wasn't that dangerous as I thought.
Hmm. And have you experimented with psychedelics further since that experience?
Not really. That was the second time I took them. I That was the first time I took a reasonably large doses. The first time was at a birthday party I was from a brother of a friend.
Mhm.
There I took acid,
Oh,
but a small amount, smaller than the shroom amount compared. And I we sat at a fire, and the friend I took it with, he and the other friend of mine just left me. They forgot about me, left, and I sat for 4 or 5 hours at that fire. Nobody except 1 or 2 people I didn't know there. The funny thing was that were 2 birthday parties at one house, and I accidentally sat in the wrong birthday party the whole time.
oh
So I
wow.
just sat there, stared in the fire, and thought about, gee, I sure look autistic while I'm sitting here, right? I gotta be. I just thought about how autistic it would look me sitting all alone at the fire, not talking to anybody for
I
5 hours.
I can only imagine. So, do you go traveling a lot? Have you been to many other places besides Amsterdam, or
Yeah, it's been the last past 2 years when I've traveled some European countries with my friends.
same ones that you went to Amsterdam with?
Yeah,
Okay, what are those
we
places?
we were mainly in Eastern Europe now, visited the capital countries, visited cultural places. And Amsterdam, we didn't visit only to get fucked up as well. We visited many museums, 3, I think. And from school, we were in Paris. It's, yeah, we're in the Louvre and stuff. So, yeah,
Was
it
Amsterdam as
was
cool
fun.
as you thought it was going to be?
It's more pretty than I thought. It's you only hear about weed heads getting high there, but it's a really beautiful city. I didn't expect that.
Have any interesting interactions with the local people?
When I was in Prague, we surprisingly met exchange student we went to school with that was from the Czech Republic.
Oh
We
wow.
didn't even know she was there. We just were in the train station, and suddenly we hear someone shout the name of someone out of a group. And yeah, we met her. She told us, yeah, she works now in Prague. And yeah, we went to get some pizza with her, talked a bit. So technically, you could say it was with a local, but yeah, exchange student.
That's really cool. That's really cool. Um, let's go on to the next part. Condiments. We're talking about ketchup, mustard, and sauerkraut, all that stuff. What are the best condiments in your opinion and why?
Oh, I'm gonna take something that you burger fuckers don't know. Sweet mustard.
Sweet mustard, huh?
Yeah,
And
it's
what is the difference between that and just regular old mustard?
it's a special mustard. It's sweet like the name implies, but you don't really use it for many things. It's part of the local cuisine. It's it's even not even spread it in all of Germany. It's more Austria, southern Germany thing. It's yeah, mostly for local cuisine. So you don't use it for fries or something. Fries you
What
still
do
eat
you use
with
it for?
ketchup. Sausages. I don't know if you know the stereotypical Bavarian food, the white sausages. Maybe you have a own name for that.
Mm-hmm.
So sausages and some other meat we eat here, you use it for that.
What about the worst? What are the worst condiments? What do you laugh at and
Who the
look at in
worst?
disgust?
Personally, I think even that I like the taste mayonnaise. I just I like it. I like it on fries and something, but it's just so heavy and I can eat a little bit, but then I can't anymore. Yeah.
Hmm. So you don't like mayonnaise is not up there on those things. Is there anything you've seen someone pour, even a condiment that you've liked on something and you thought it was a really bad decision, anything like that?
Yeah, well, that's kind of even a meme around here in this region, putting ketchup or something like that on the local cuisine where you're supposed to put sweet mustard. Foreigners like to put ketchup on these,
So you can
and
tell
yeah,
immediately if it's a foreigner by them putting
yeah,
ketchup on it.
yeah.
Oh man, that's pretty funny. Um, what is the most unhygienic habit you have and why do you do it?
Christ. Uh, Honestly, that's pretty hard. I try to be more hygienic than the stereotypical robot you read in green text stories, but phew, okay. Uh, I'd say it is not cleaning after myself at all. I'm a pretty hygienic person. I shower every day for the most part. I take good care of my teeth, but if it's about my room, about my living space, I'm living like a pig. I don't know how I couldn't notice that earlier when I thought about things to say. Yeah, it's pretty dirty around here.
Oh no.
Tissues, use tissues, not just tissues, and I'm not that degenerate, but yeah, dust everywhere, empty beer bottles. It looks fucking horrible in here.
So you're giving us a good picture of what it looks like right now. It looks like that.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Got a real good experience, but you're generally a pretty clean person yourself. You're very cleanly.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's like that. I live in a dorm room, but I still visit home regularly. So my parents' home, and my living space there is clean because I have to clean it. I don't have another choice. But when I'm living alone, I'm just too lazy to do anything about it.
And how often do you visit home?
Really frequently, uh, every other weekend,
Would you say you have a really
like
close relationship with your parents?
with my mother, definitely. With my father, well, they divorced, but the relationship with him has been getting better recently. So yeah,
So you go home, is that your mom that you're seeing?
yeah, yeah,
And you get along with her pretty well. Do you have any siblings?
yeah. Smaller sister.
Oh, what's she like?
Well, yeah, she's a Stacy, yeah, but she has her non-normal moments.
Alright, so got the Stacy little sister and you got a mom you get along with. That's cool, that's cool. Let me ask you this. I've been talking about all the topics and questions thus far. Is there anything that you want to bring up yourself? Any story or any topic you want to discuss?
Topic.
Anything that you're sort of passionate about, maybe?
Yeah, well, I could mention how something that really bothers me about interacting with normal facts
Sure, sure.
is that, in my experience, normal facts, especially those, I think you know the type of normies with, oh, I fucking hate humanity or something like that. I'm such a misanthrope that normal facts in general, and especially those, are huge moral facts. You have to talk with them about anything slightly not morally correct, and those will be the first people to give you shit about it.
A lot of irony in that, huh?
Mm, for those special group, yeah, but for normal facts in general, it is to be expected. It's something that makes them normal, is to react in such a passionate way how they learned it to react to, yeah, non-decent stuff.
And you think they
And
kind of overdo it in that regard a lot of the
yeah,
time?
yeah, it's, well, I personally am not that bad or something. Not that I have especially problems with that because of that, but you see it all the time with people. Yeah, it's just overdoing it. You said it.
Alright, fair enough. Talk a little bit about the board culture. What do you think about the current state of R9K? What things could be improved? What things need to change? What do you think about that?
Phew. Well, yeah, it has been said already with all the bait threads that are obviously, really obviously, shit and fake, like race bait or political bait. It's just tiring to see all those. I've pretty much stopped posting on Paul anyway, so I don't want to see that shit on NK as well.
So you
So
think a lot of
yeah,
that's come over from the other board?
what? I didn't understand you.
A lot of that's come over from the other board and it's kind of invading
Yeah,
in that.
definitely. I understand why other boards hate Paul so much. It's, you can't go anywhere and mention something remotely political without intention to discuss that further and not have it devolve in a discussion with shit posters. It's horrible, especially on NK. I don't want to think about politics when I'm on NK. I just want to relax or at least feel shit, but not for political reasons.
So
So
that's
yeah,
sort of the middle ground. Just keep those politics out of there.
yeah.
So those are the
I
sort of
mean,
threads that are causing problems.
not the only ones, but yeah, they're causing troubles because most of them are just shitty bait and circle jerking about, yeah, my white power, my nation, and shit like that. It's, well, just keep it on Paul. I wouldn't call myself left or anything like that, but yeah, Paul outside of Paul is shit.
So do you think that you sort of do you ever visit Pole on your own, or are you just pretty much
Yeah,
sticking strictly with
yeah.
R9K?
No, I am, I was at least a regular poster. So yeah, I go there if I want to see that stuff, but if I don't go there, I don't obviously want to see that stuff. So yeah, it's generally a problem of shit keeping, of keeping shit on its respective board. Like the same with the LGBT stuff.
Hmm. I can totally see where you're coming from with that. Is there anything else that you might want to bring up besides your dislike of normals taking things a little too hard on as far as reacting to things?
Mm, maybe the whole trendy depression thing. I see that in chat right now as well.
So you see a
It's
lot of trendy depression going on
yeah,
with.
or trendy mental illnesses or something like that. It's people trying to identify themselves over something that sounds cool or edgy to them. It's really pathetic.
Is it pretty prominent over there?
Mm, well, the thing is, it's pretty prominent in the USA, and German youth and popular culture tends to copy US popular culture 5 years after it was popular in the USA. So yeah, it's starting.
Really, you say it's about 5 years behind that you guys are taking the culture over.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, uh, between 5, 10, maybe shorter now that we have the internet in full force with everything spreading even faster. So a light delay, but yeah, a little bit delayed. Nowadays, even less. So yeah, when I was a child, it used to be around 5 years because like popular shows that got broadcasted in the USA took some years before they were broadcasted here. So, for example, your 90s uh, youth culture with all the shows and stuff were around 2000 for us, 2000 and some years. So yeah, even though I wasn't born in was born in the late 90s, I got to see all that shit in yeah directly.
Interesting, interesting. All right, well, we're about to close this out here. Is there anything last that you want to speak to fellow board people about? Anything you want to speak to them directly?
Ooh. Yeah, try to cut down a bit on the whole going on to fortune. Not because oh it's such a bad influence or something like that. I noticed that for myself that it's a huge fucking time dump. You I didn't even realize how bad it was. You just sit there, have some threads open, and sit there for. I had several afternoons where I had some threads open and thought, yeah, maybe I'll just sit here until evening and look at some shit and post some shit. And it ended up being late night when I ended it. So yeah, it's surprising how much time you can waste doing literally nothing by sitting on in front of your computer and just look at fortune. At least play some video or something. It's also not productive in that sense, but at least you're doing something.
So you think a lot of people don't really realize the time sink that's being caused by sitting on 4chan all that much time?
Yeah, definitely. I didn't realize either. So
All right, well, you heard it here from Trotellino himself. That's the end of this second episode. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Thanks for coming on, Trotellino.
no problem.
All right, and that's it. See you guys later. Bye.